Huh. Best event is back. What's good, gamers? Yeah, we got Legend Anthology starting today. As we like to do with all of these events, we're going to be doing a What Should You Play, where, you know, we cover a bunch of different decks that you could play for the event to give you some ideas. This event is more so focused on anime decks, so the power level of the format is like quite reduced, but that actually allows for a lot of diversity, a lot of different decks that you can play, so it should be a really fun time. I think these are like the best events, honestly. I love Legend Anthology. So the way these videos work, you know, is people from my Discord send me different lists, different replays, and you know, we check them out. There's timestamps for all of them. But before we check all that stuff out, I do need to make a quick announcement. I'm pretty excited about this. The MDC Cup is coming back, so we're gonna have an MDC Cup on the 23rd of February. That's going to be on a Sunday. $500 prize pool for a free entry tournament. So honestly, if you can participate, you really should. It's going to be a ton of fun. People loved the first MDC Cup, so you know, I'm sure the second one is going to be a fan favorite as well. We already have some pretty insane players that said they might show up, like Trishul at TTV told me he's down, and Triff might be down. I hope he said he might be down. I'm hoping he's down. It would be a great time, but I'm really looking forward to it. So hope you sign up in high numbers. The link to sign up to the tournament is in the description. I'll talk about this a little bit more in other videos later, or maybe I'll make a dedicated video with a bit more information, but signups are going live tonight. So if you want to just sign up for the tourney, I do recommend maybe waiting a bit to register, like maybe like give yourself a week to just make sure you're confident in your deck. You know, you have like 12 days to do it. Don't be too late, but I recommend maybe waiting a little bit, just making sure you're confident in your strategy. With that being said, we're going to check out some interesting bans for this event that are going to be important to keep in mind, and then we're going to move on to checking out some deck lists. By the way, real quick before we get into that, the mate that you can win is kind of crazy. You can actually see the volcanic just get into the gun. Like, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of, Blaze Accelerator is kind of a fire mate. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just, that's a really good price for an event, honestly. All right, so here's a decent collection of cards. I can't include all of them. Like, the ban list is massive, obviously, for this event, but this is more so to illustrate. As you can see from all these forbidden little logos up here, there's a lot of staples banned. Like, vast majority of staples, vast majority of hand traps are banned in this event. That's not to say there's nothing. Like, you have Valor that's going to be legal, and Imperm. So those are two hand traps that pretty much everyone is likely to run. At least like if you're playing your own deck and not a loner. Then there's also DD Crow and Skullmeister, which I'm not sure are going to be that useful in this event, but they might be. So, you know, you could definitely add them. They're free anyway. They're SR. And for the extra deck, access code is there, so that's like a good thing you can throw into pretty much any deck. And depending on the deck, Savage is legal for this event, which in my opinion means Dragon Link is probably going to be pretty decent. They also have their Borreload. You know, it's an anime event, so anime decks get a bit of a pass on having more powerful cards. But yeah, a lot of the staple extra deck monsters you're used to seeing are not going to be there. So with that being said, I mean, we can really just get into the decks here. We're going to start with Exodia, because Exodia has a loner deck. Now, the replay I'm going to show you is not for the loner deck, but the game plan is basically the same for the loner deck. So if you want to pick any of the loner decks, I would recommend the Exodia one, and you can just follow that replay to get an idea of the play style. All right, this list is coming in from Crystal Chaos. Thank you for sending it. By the way, all of these lists will be linked in the description, and some of the lists I show in Master Duel might end up getting changed or adjusted. So if you want like the final version of the lists, make sure to check those links in the description for any list you want to copy. But yeah, you know, the loner deck for the Exodia deck is going to be fine. You know, it'll do the job. But like, definitely running Lava Golem is pretty insane in this deck, because you really don't use your normal summon. So definitely, if you can build the deck or you have it, you're probably going to be better off playing Exodia by building it yourself. And it's not a super expensive deck. Honestly, you don't even need 3 Exodia Incarnate. You can get away with 2 and 3 copies of Sengenjin. So like a 5 UR deck, honestly, it's pretty affordable. But anyway, we're going to check out the replay. There's not much to say about this deck. It's extremely simple, extremely straightforward. So let's just go check out the replay right away. So our opponent chose to go second. That's interesting. So maybe it's Tenpai. I think he probably got his replay in ladder. So we're going for Sengenjin put in the back row. We're activating Ankh here right away, which is interesting. Oh, maybe it's because we smelled the Max C here. It's Fulos, but you know, same difference for us. We're going to give them 1 draw in exchange for our fusion monster here. So we're activating Ankh. It's very simple. You reveal Ankh and you reveal 5 pieces of Exodia, and then you summon your Exodia fusion. I'm just going to say, For people that are not familiar with this deck, you have so many ways to get to Ankh. Like Sengenjin gets you there, like you get to special summon it, search your Millennium Shield. Millennium Shield then searches Ankh. Or if you have Millennium Blue Eyes in hand, that one just searches Ankh straight up by discarding. So you have like 12 copies of Ankh in your deck. It's really, really easy to get to. And this is really all you do. You activate Ankh, it summons this guy. It would shuffle all your non-Millennium monsters back into the deck. So you can't like combo off crazy after you activate this card or anything. You can't even summon after you use it. And then, you know, you just set back row that you have access to and you pass turn basically. So here in end phase, we get the effect of our Unstoppable Exodia. In end phase, Unstoppable Exodia can set Exod Fires of Rage. Now here we already had it in hand, which is pretty lucky because it got impermed. We can just negate imperm, by the way, like it doesn't really matter. So this guy is a spell and trap negate, can't be destroyed by card effects. He gains attack equal to your own life points during battle. And it's like a permanent gain. So if you have 8,000 life points when you swing, you're going to swing for full lethal. It depends on the situation because you do lose 1,000 life points on your own standby, but you'll see. It's pretty interesting. So here our opponent goes for imperm again on our Exodia. And what are they playing? It is Tenpai. Okay, so Tenpai. We're going to go for imperm on the Pydra. Let's fast forward a little bit here. So they go straight to end phase. All right, so we go for Exod. We just wipe their field. Yeah, Exod just destroys our opponent's entire field, by the way. It's not a Raigeki. It's actually better. It just wipes their entire field. It's actually kind of a crazy card. And in end phase, we can set another one. Now, our opponent did just kind of get mollywopped here. In end phase, we can activate our flash spell to give our Exodia an effect. The effect is pretty fun. So you get to like... Okay, so in standby phase, you have to pay 1,000. And then we go for the graveyard effect of Exod to add a Exodia piece to our hand. That's pretty funny. We're going to summon Sengenjin. Bro is popping off. Okay, search Heart of the Blue Eyes. So we're just kind of doing extra shit for fun here. All right, that works. That works. We're going to go for Millennium Ankh. Reveal 5 pieces of Exodia, 3 in our hand, 2 in our deck. And we just summon a second one. I mean, that's another way to go about it. There was other ways to get lethal here, but that works. And opponent scooped before we got to see the big numbers. But yeah, when he would have swung, Exodia would have gained 5,000 attack. Both of them would have gained the 5,000, and that would have been lethal, right? It's a really simple deck, really easy to go for lethal. If you want more information on it, I also have like a little video about Millennium/Exodia that you can check on my channel if you're curious about this one. And if you want to like play the loner, that video will also help you with that. But anyway, let's move on. All right, next up is coming in from Kenny Pickering. And I think this one is going to be pretty insane. But yeah, he's playing Altergeist. And I do think Altergeist is definitely going to be one of the higher power level decks in the event. I mean, they have Protocol, which is a crazy card. They have seemingly all their Link monsters. I don't think anything is really hit. So yeah, I think this is going to be like one of the best decks of the event. It actually looks super broken. We're just going to check out the replay because I don't really think I have a lot to say while looking at an Altergeist deck list. I don't know enough about the deck other than flip purple card and be happy. I know it has some combos. So here we have Meliseek, Marionetter, Tribute, Altergeist Protocol, and the one of Manifestation. Seems pretty good. Start off with Marionetter. We get this set from our deck, the Altergeist Haunted Rock. Activate Haunted Rock, send an Altergeist from our hand to the grave. We go for Marionetter, send the Haunted Rock to the grave to summon back the Meliseek. With these two, we can go into Altergeist Hextia. Then we get the effect of Meliseek and grave to search our Malwisp. Malwisp is Poplar, so we get to special summon it from our hand. Then we get to special summon back the Meliseek from the grave. Use the Hextia plus the Malwisp to go into our Altergeist Prime Banshee, get to trigger Hextia in the grave, and then we get to tribute with Prime Banshee to special summon one Altergeist monster from our deck to a zone it points to. So we summon a Multi-Faker, get to search a Pokeri with I think that was with the Malwisp if I'm not mistaken. Summon out the Silquidus, go into Adminia, get the graveyard effect of our Prime Banshee, and we get to set one Altergeist trap from our deck with the Adminia. So let's just keep going here. I think he's just showing the combo even though yeah, that's what he's doing. So he's setting the Protocol from deck here. Obviously, he had it in hand, but I think he's just making sure to show the combo for the deck. So that's pretty appreciated. So we have the Protocol here. We go for Prime Banshee, add back to hand the Multi-Faker, link away with the Pukari in hand, and go into another copy of Hextia. And we get the Silquidus effect in the grave. Then Pukari effect in the grave triggers, added back to the hand. That's pretty good. So Pukari, add back to hand. Generating a lot of advantage here. Silquidus, add back to hand the Haunted Rock. We get to set 5 and pass. This is really good. So we have a couple of quick effects here. The Adminia, I believe, is a negate, right? Target one effect monster your opponent controls. Oh no, it's take control of that target, and if you do, it's also treated as an Altergeist. Oh, okay. That's not a negate, but it's a quick effect change of heart, which is also pretty crazy. Then we have Hextio, which is a quick effect spell and trap negate. We have Protocol, which makes it so our activations of Altergeist cards can't be negated. And when your opponent activates a monster effect, you can send a face-up Altergeist card you control to the grave, negate the activation, and if you do destroy it, you get to do this once per turn with it. It's pretty broken. We have Haunted Rock. What does this do? Send an Altergeist from hand to the grave when your opponent activates a okay, it's a trap negate. That's cute. That's cute. Obviously, we have Tribute, which is crazy. Manifestation, which special summons from the grave. I believe you use this to summon out the Silquidus, which is a quick effect bounce. Yeah. So a lot of interruption is set up here. This is pretty crazy. Again, definitely one of the higher power level decks, I think, for the event. So Multi-Faker being summoned here with our Protocol, and our opponent is playing seemingly some type of Cyber's pile here. But either way, they're going to summon, go into their Link. They're going into Code Talker inverted. I do think Code Talker is decent this event, right? But here we're going to go for Adminia, Tribute itself, and we can take control of their inverted, which I guess makes sense here. They're going to go for Signet Mining, discarding the Lady Debug. We can negate the Signet Mining with our Hextia, go for Manifestation, summon from the grave another copy of Hextia. Wait, is that... Damn, the negate effect is not a hard once per turn. I did not know that. Wow. Tribute this card. Damn. I didn't know that. That's insane. Alright, so anyway, we're going to go Protocol here. Negate their Armored Bitron. We get the effect of Meliseek in the grave. Add back the Malwisp. Malwisp effect, summon. We're going to fast forward here. This is getting a bit ridiculous. A little overkill. We definitely have it in the bag. Honestly, a really good replay. Really good showcase for Altergeist. And now we're just going all in, summoning the Memory Gant. I think this is just our cool OTK thing, you know, but yeah, just Tribute, gain a bunch of attack, clear the game. Really good replay. Thank you, Kenny Pickering, for submitting it. For people that have a lot of trap decks, you know, stuff like that, this should be a good replay for you. And I mean, honestly, I think it might be one of the best decks of the event. As you can see there, like that seemed barely hit. Like it seemed basically full power. All right, this one here coming in from Jadistic. Jadistic calls it body spam. It seems to be like a weird Dragon Link list with a little bit of just random cards that you can get to summon free bodies that you can use for a link material or synchro material, whatever. Just looking at the list as is, for the power level of the format, it looks quite good. We're just gonna go check out the replay because it looks like a bit of a mess, kind of hard to talk about just by looking at the list, honestly, but it does look solid. I mean, it's got a bunch of good engines in there, right? So I especially hope we see the toy engine. That's like my favorite engine right now, but I don't know if we'll see it. So let's check this out. Let's see. Oh, nice. Okay, toy box is here. Let's see how you make use of it. I'm very curious. We're going second, actually. Oh, so it's all gas. Are we playing in ladder here? Probably not, right? Probably a dual room. All right, so our opponent goes for Zen mains. Yeah, this is definitely a dual room. All right, so going for Chakanine. Wait, is Zodiac legal in the event? I'm not so sure now. Now I'm not so sure. Reload. Okay, maybe it was just casual mode, honestly. I think it was probably casual mode. So let's see what we do here. It's almost like going first. Our opponent passed on nothing. So we're going to go Chaos Space here. Get Illusion of Chaos. Illusion of Chaos. Grab Magician Souls. Magician Souls. Send Illusion to the grave. Oh, yeah. Okay. Toy box set up 2. Then we can go Magician Souls. Send 2. Man, that's going to be broken this event. I'm going to have to run a deck that runs these cards. That's actually crazy. So, yeah, that combo is insane. Toy box plus Magician Souls. So we get to summon back the Toy Tank, summon back the Toy Soldier. Toy Soldier gets to search Seifert. We can go for Formud Skipper, reveal Borland, and then we can go into a Striker Dragon with the Formud. That's insane. Okay. Striker search Boot Sector. We can go for Toy Tank, summon the Seifert from the grave, go Seifert, send Seifert and itself to search a Levianeer. Levianeer banish 3 to pop the field. Oh my god. Well, they do get... Oh, they didn't get to protect Zen mains? Oh, okay. Anyway, Chaos Space in the grave here. Get back the Illusion of Chaos. Draw into Imperm. Boot Sector launch. Special from hand. The Recharger. Go into a Delingerous Dragon. Go for Parallel Exceed. Under Delingerous. Parallel Exceed. Summon a Parallel Exceed from the deck. Use Delingerous plus Magician Souls to go into Triple Burst. That's pretty good. And then use these two here to go into a Pit Knight early. Okay, interesting. Go Quick Launch. Okay, I think we were just making space here. Then we get to go Delingerous, summon back from the grave. Use, okay, yeah, go Borland. All right, fair enough. Boral End, target Parallel Exceed to negate it. Summon back the Rocket Tracer. Go into a Photon Lord. Rocket Tracer, pop our field spell. Summon Rocket Coder from the deck and make a Savage Dragon. Savage, equip the Triple Burst. Now that's a crazy... that seems like a crazy Dragon Link list, honestly. That's kind of insane. Pretty fire. I mean, the hand was kind of nuts too, but I like it. I like it. That seems like a fun pile. Low-key, kind of want to try it. Also, real quick while we're here, I mean, Galaxy Eyes is also a pretty respectable deck. You know, it puts up some negates, got some solid interruption, decent consistency, good combos. I feel like in a lower power level format, it's probably going to be a real threat. Probably going to be one of the better decks. So probably worth putting in the what should you play real quick. You know, real quick, like, we're going to fast forward through this one because the combos can be a bit long-winded and we got a lot of decks to cover. But I feel like it would be wrong to not include Galaxy in the video. So shout out Jadistic for submitting 2 decks. So we're just going to fast forward here a little bit and try to get through it. Okay, so our opponent is Tixius playing Crystal Beast. Adding, setting up the Rainbow, summoning Carbuncle, search Rainbow Dragon, go for Sapphire. We negate the Sapphire Pegasus. They use these 2. They go into Barricade, Borg Blocker, activate the Golden Rule, set up 2, summon Carbuncle. Carbuncle, summon the 2 Sapphire Pegasus from the back row. Get to set up 2 more back rows and make Evil Swarm Nightmare. That's a twice per turn flip face down. Go into Xyz Armor Torpedo, detach 2, get to search the Armored Xyz, then Xyz Fortress, you know, detach material, grab the trap, and we have Imperm set +2, flip face down, and the Suck. That's pretty good. We're going to start off here with a Galaxy Soldier. They're going to flip down our Galaxy Soldier and Imperm. Interesting. Okay, so we get to search because they flipped it face down, I believe. We go for Galaxy Summoner, Cosmic Cyclone. They go full armored Dark Knight Lancer, summon out the Galaxy Wizard. They're going to flip down our Wizard. We get to equip our Orbital to the Galaxy Summoner, search out a Photon Vanisher, special it. We can go for Photon Vanisher, search the Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, make a Galaxy Photon Dragon, and then we can detach our material, add a send a Photon or Galaxy card from deck to grave. We send the Photon Jumper, search the Galaxy Hunteretto. We get to go for this, send the Photon Emperor to the grave. Photon Emperor gets to special summon itself from the graveyard. Then we get to go for Galaxy Expedition, summon from the deck an Afterglow. Tribute summon the Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. Go for 100, banish a monster from opponent's extra deck, and just go into the big boy, number C62, Neo Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon, detach, Afterglow effect, summon a Photon Dragon here, and then we get to swing for massive damage. Okay, respectable replay, good replay, W replay. We're going to move on, though. I don't have much to say about Galaxy Eyes. All right. It would not be a What Should Maz Play without some Mazinger replays. And here he's playing basically a rank 4 turbo, kind of Utopia, kind of Toy Box, kind of running the Magician Souls engine type of deck. It's looking like just a rank 4 pile. So we're just going to go see the combo in action. I'm not sure what order he's going to take. I guess it depends on the hand, really. It's probably more of a build-a-board type of deck where it really depends on what you get. And obviously the list will be included in the description if you wanna copy it card by card. Here we have numbers, protection in hand. I don't even know what that is. Wait, I got to read this. Spell / Trapper monster effect is activated while you control a number Xyz. Okay, just a Omni negate. I'm sure this is probably searchable or something too. But either way, let's go Toy Box here. Set up a couple of names. We already have Magician Soul in hand because we're just that good. This just seems so broken, dude. This is actually going to be so insane in the event. So we get to send Toy Soldier to the grave and Toy Tank to potentially draw 2. They Ash our draw 2, but we're still going to... By the way, Ash is going to be banned, so this is not even going to happen to you in the event. But also, we get to trigger both Toy Tank and Toy Soldier in the grave here. So that's pretty crazy. Toy Soldier going to add to the hand a ZS Ascended Sage. Then we get to go for Toy Tank, summon the ZS Ascended Sage, go into Utopia. Utopia gets to search because of the effect of ZS. Then we get to go for Astraltopia. Special it, send one other card from our hand or field to the grave, add our Xyz, change tactics. Now every time we Xyz, we can pay 500 life points to draw a card. So we pay 500, we get to draw a card, go hyper, rank up Magic Uniforce, go into Dragonar, and we still get to pay 500 and draw some more. This card is pretty broken. Dragonar, detach 2 materials, and go into a Ultimate Leo Utopia Ray. Pay 500 to get a draw. Rank up Magic, equip itself to the Leo Utopia Ray here. And, okay, we get to draw. Get an Uppercutter here that we get to detach from Leo to give it... I think this works kind of like an doesn't activate Omni Negate or something. No, it's a Monster Negate, quick effect, but from what I understand, it doesn't like activate. Like I don't know how to explain it, but it kind of works like Droll. I remember having some really weird interactions with this card. It's really weird how this Monster Negate works. Anyway, we go for Uppercutter here, add the Flamvell counter, go into Battlein Boxer King Dempsey, add the cross counter. King Dempsey is going to detach a material. We get to set our 2 counter traps. Damn, this is kind of an issue, right? We put up so many back row cards that we don't even have space for all the interruption we could have had. But still, I mean, this is really good. This was all within the combo, right? These were cards that we just drew or already had in hand. So I think that's a pretty respectable thing to pass on. This board is also kind of crazy. So we're going to go for Dragonar effect here, get to summon the Hope Harbinger on opponent's turn. We also did our King Dempsey, so our opponent cannot target our Battlein Boxer here with card effects. Our opponent's going to go for Trade-In. We're going to go for the Hope Harbinger here, negating the Trade-In so that they don't get to draw 2. We've got our Monster Negate here. I think this one just kind of does nothing other than like an attack thing, and this one is a Spell Negate. Yeah, so we get our Flamvell counter here when they go for trade-in. We get to negate the trade-in at least again. That's pretty broken. Let's see what that last card is. Nothing too important. That's good. So passes back, and we drew into Heavy Storm, but we're not going to need it. Just going to swing. Oh my goodness. It's actually a real card. Damn. Damn. Okay. Well, anyway, I guess we set and pass here. Let's see if our opponent can play through Hope Harbin. Yeah, okay, no. Still, really good replay, really good showcase for the deck. Pretty impressive, pretty impressive. Ma's always pulling up with the most interesting weirdo decks that just work. And I think he got his replay in ladder too, because, you know, he just loves doing that kind of shit. Okay, this next one here, sorry, we have a lot of decks to cover today. This next one here is coming in from Kinohara. This is a Synchro Pile. He said the main focus of the deck is really just to get Armor Master on the field, which is probably extremely hard to out in such a low power level format. Kinohara also got clued into the whole toy tank thing. You know, the whole toy engine seems so broken that everyone just wants to run it. The Magician Souls plus toy engine, really something to keep in mind if you have the toy box. It's a pretty expensive engine. I don't recommend crafting it for the event, but if you have it, I mean, toy box plus Magician Souls is just broken. So anyway, let's jump in. So Armor Master pass type beat. Let's see it in action. We got Psyreflector, Toy Tank, Magician Souls. Respectable hand here, starting off with a Rhoda. Oh, nice little Rhoda animation. You love to see it. So we got Toy Soldiers, so we get to summon both of these guys. That's pretty good. They're gonna go for their Bestial on our Illusion of Chaos. That's not a very good target for Magnamut. That's kind of dog shit. Let's go Toy Tank. Let's go Toy Soldier here. Yeah, that was really bad. That was like a terrible Magnamut. Okay, so summon these two guys, get the Toy Soldier effect, search a toy box. We drew into a toy box as well. We can go toy box, activate, go Psyreflector, search the Assault Beast, discard the Assault Beast, get to search the Assault Mode, activate, trap, Psyreflector, reveal the Assault Mode, activate, special summon out the Assault Beast, and we can go into a Borea Storm, the Wicked Wind, send to the grave a Zephyros, make a Black-Winged Dragon, trigger Zephyros in the grave, bounce our toy box to summon it, activate toy box yet again, trigger our toy tank, tribute itself to summon from the grave the Borea Storm. Okay, that's really good. And we get to go into Track Black. This card's actually pretty good. This card's actually pretty good. Are we going to go into a Armor Master, summon a Black-Winged Assault Dragon, go for toy box to set our guys. So we get a little bit of battle protection too with the toy box. That's pretty silly, honestly. This is really good. So yeah, obviously this guy burns for everything our opponent does, and the quick effect doesn't really come up often, but maybe it would come up in a lower power format like this. And we have obviously full Armor Master here, which is unaffected by card effects, and once it goes back to your turn, you can take control of one of your opponent's monsters with a wedge counter if you get to do that. Respectable. We also have the Track Black here, which is not a quick effect, right? But you can target one monster you control, this card points to, and if it destroys a monster by battle, you get to draw a card. I don't think that's really going to come up. Our opponent goes for Super Poly here to out our Black Assault, and they go for a Chaos Store Source Dragon. I think our opponent is just going to try to out Armor Master and fail, right? That's basically what's going to happen here. Yeah, okay. So let's see. They're going for Serenir, Banish, activate Branded Fusion. Yeah, okay. We go for Valor on the Albion, DD Crow on the Lubellion, Lublion. We get another counter. Keep in mind, also, this deck will not be legal for the event, so this is an even more impressive showing if Full Wing Armor Master Pass is good enough to beat this. And it seems like it is. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Damn. Damn. W Kinohara. All right, and we're going to end it with another Mazinger replay. This one is Shining Sarcophagus mixed with Melodious. Let's just see it. I don't know what to say about this. That's crazy. Look, man, Maz cooks. Maz is a cook. He's a chef, okay? I think this one he did get in a dual room. I think this one was a bit too rough to play in ladder, which is respectable. I mean, what the hell? We're playing Shining Sarcophagus with Melodious here. We're going to start off with normal summoning Refrain, grabbing the couplet. Couplet in the scales. We get to search Concerto, go for Melodious Concerto, and we can fusion into our Bacha. By the way, Melodious must be pretty damn good this event. I wonder how hit it is. We're going to get our our refrain effect, couplet effect to go in the pendulum scales. And then we get to summon out our couplet from the deck. Send to the grave a soprano. Go for Shining Sarcophagus, activate. We just had it. Special out the Dark Magician. So we special summon the Shining Sarcophagus version of Dark Magician, and we make Dracosac. Dracosac detached to summon 2 tokens. Go for Bacha effect in the grave. Concerto effect in the grave. What's going on? Place the Concerto, get a draw. Bacha, summon out the Soprano. Use these 2 to link into Platinum Gadget. Then we tribute to pop the Platinum Gadget to summon from deck the Gadget Trio, which allows us to search Turn Silence. Go into Beyond the Pendulum. Beyond the Pendulum, search a couplet. Now we're going to Pendulum Summon 2. Use these 2 to go into Nash Knight. Quick effect, detach 2, attach a number from our deck to it, and then go into the CXC's Nash Knight. Okay. And then we go into Umbral Horror Masquerade. Go Shining Sark, search the ties that bind. Summon out Silent Swordsman and Silent Magician and set 2 and pass. Wait a minute. Okay, so this card, during their place turn, when a monster effect is activated on your opponent's side of the field, detach an Xyz from material from this card, negate the activation, then you can send 1 random card from your opponent's hand to the grave, and if you do, have your opponent's life points. Pretty crazy version of a monster negate here. This one, when your opponent activates a card effect that targets Shining Sarcophagus or a monster that mentions it, you can negate the activation if you do increase the card's level by 1. Magician 0 is when your opponent activates a spell while you control Shining Sark, you can negate the activation, increase its level by 1. Turn Silence, I believe, is a monster negate. Yeah, if you activate this in response to your opponent's monster effect activation, you can negate that effect. And we have a Solemn Judgment. All right, yeah, this does seem like it would be pretty hard to play in ladder, but it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So they're going to go for Formud Skipper. We're going to negate Skipper. We're going to negate Skipper. And they're going to discard a card from their hand and take 4,000 burn damage. That's crazy. They're going to go for Anima to grab our incredibly broken Silent Swordsman 0. But of course, 0 can negate the effect of Anima with its incredible targeting effect negation. So we get to increase its level by 1. It's now a 2,000 massive beater. They're going to go for Magician Souls. In response to it, we'll target our Silent Magician 0, which means we can negate the Magician Souls. Insane. Now our opponent's going to go for Boot Sector launch, and we're going to get to negate it with Silent Magician 0. Wow, everything's just falling in place here. Everything's just making sense. So we get to summon out the Chaos Emperor here, and we get to go Solemn Judgment. Damn, everything went right in this duel. This is crazy. This is insane. Now we get to boost our levels a bit more, you know. We pretty much almost have, we already have lethal. We can go for Future Silence to boost our level even further. Oh no, this one is the one that draws. My bad, my bad. Anyway, just swing for game, you know, call it a day. Damn. Pretty cool deck, man. That's pretty cool. Anyway, guys, yeah, that's going to be it pretty much for this What Should You Play. Tried to include a good amount of decks in here, so sorry if the video is a bit long-winded. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. It helps you find some ideas for deck lists. Couldn't possibly cover every deck that you can play in the event, so let me know in the comments what you are going to be playing, especially if it wasn't included in this video. Also, remember, we have the MDC Cup 2 coming. Highly recommend giving yourself a week to figure out what you want to play if you plan on participating, because when you register for the tournament, you will have to have your deck list ready, you know, so just make sure that you feel ready and that your list is solid before registering. But I highly recommend you guys participate. I mean, come on, $500 prize pool for a free tournament. That's kind of crazy, right? So, oh, by the way, shout out Abdul Rahim. He's the one that's providing the prizing. So, yeah, big shout out to Abdul Rahim. If you can get a W Abdul in the chat or in the comments in this case, that would be very epic. Okay, that's enough yapping for me. All right, see ya.